Oh, so much motivation. Kalia, thanks for joining us for a call, especially with Kauli Vaast out here and A.Cleland Jr. This is a heat to watch. A.Cleland Jr. hustling, getting a couple of big drives, wide open pit, and the man from Pasquales kicks out on his feet.
Because they're both so competent in the tube. Obviously, Kauli out here, I mean, he's incredible. Let's break down Al's first make here. So much speed flying down the line, really eyes off this section. This one stays incredibly clean and open. Feels like after that rain squall that just passed, the whole ocean has just completely gotten a lot more glassier than what we've seen. I mean, look at this. This is picture perfect right here. Almost not a drop of water out of place. Perfect speed control. You can see him really managing his speed with his arm in the face of the wave. You know, Al is really pushing, to make a charge at the back half of this year as we see Kauli
Vaast starting to drive. Couple of good hustles, putting himself deep again, and he will punch free. So already off and running. Kauli Vaast already going straight into an intense paddle.
Yeah, straight behind him, Kauli too, with his version of that on the forehand. What did you see here, Kalia, from Kauli?
Yeah, this was a nice wave. Nice insider. Came out, like, pinched at the end, but yeah, it went like a little foamy at the end, but this is a really good wave, like, nice find, There's some nice waves out there. You just have to, like, find them.
Yesterday we were talking about the challenge of being on the outside ledge or the inside. Up, here comes Kauli again, finding another little runner. Nice racetrack, another make. This is what Kauli Vaast does.
Just finding waves on every section of this reef, whether or not this was on the way back out, right? So you could see where Al was positioned compared to where he was. This is on this inside ledge position, just that bit further in. I mean, there's waves out there to be found. It just took someone like Kauli to really just thread the needle on a couple really quick. This one opened up beautifully. It didn't clamp like the last one, so we got a clean exit.
Much he knows out here, how well he knows the reef, and how just tapped in he is incredible to watch. Al's on a closeout right now. He's going to pop out of the back of that one, but
7.67 on that big K for Al on his backhand is the best number of the heat so far. And these fun little racetracks. Here comes Al, puts his head down, drops in, grabs the rail, super deep on this one. I see the score update. You can see how all 5 judges scored that wave for A.Cleland Jr. 7.67 on the average. He's going to spin on this one. Unable to pull in on the takeoff. He'll delay it for a moment. Now stalling, super stylish. He'll just get a piece of it and kick out. Might end up being a throwaway, but that was fun to watch. It's got the Mexican blanket paint job done by Scotty Metz. As we take another look at this last wave. Having fun with this one, huh, Kalia?
Yeah, he read it really well, like not to pull in like right at the start. Just too bad the wave kind of let him down. It didn't have like too much wall.
And then just getting high and the ability to slide low. Yeah, I could watch that all day.
It was like right when the heat was starting, and then Brisa didn't want it, so I was like about to pass it up, and then I just turned around and paddled as hard as I could, and then I felt the wind like kind of grabbing my board, and I was like, please don't. I remember being like, please don't like fly down the face, and then it like connected, and then after that, I don't remember the details of it, but I just know that I was like seeing this big round blue out of it, and then he put some butterflies on it too, which I've been thinking about butterflies a lot, and so that definitely is important. And then, I don't know, just all these patterns and colors. I guess I just want to say for the people watching how much harder it is than it looks. Like, this wave it's like kind of renowned as the most perfect wave in the world, but a day like today, it's like...
Al doing a good job getting that big barrel early. That standout 7.67's keeping him out in front. Well, look at this score that didn't factor in again, Flick.
Yeah, so he got some travel time in the tube, obviously, and then a big, kind of goes for a carve, trying to maximize the score line here, but just a short, sharp tube, and this one here, it's not going into that top 2, I don't think. So
in Galina's village is really, really beautiful. We're trying to pick up more words, learn more about it, but let's watch A.Cleland do his thing. Trying to burn off some speed, he will, and he'll completely disappear.
Hypercritical on that one. He was like stalling a lot to try and find the tube. He did finally get let's break it down. So the beginning here, he does find like a slight bit of a shampoo, and then right at the end here, he gets some travel time, some tube time. He had to slow down a lot. Let's have a look from this angle. Really using the side of his body, his real hip, to try and just maximise that tube time. It does throw over here a little bit at the end, and gets a little bit of a pocket ride, comes flying out. So he's just trying to create a bit more separation between himself and Kauli, because
Up on his backhand. Strider, what did you see from your angle?
Well, right now I'm seeing an angle of Kauli Vaast in the barrel, and he's going to come through. I don't know if he's going to better his scoreline with that one. I think, you know, A.Cleland, with that last wave that he had, it was a mistake because it didn't better his scoreline either, and he left Kauli with priority. But now I think, you know, that last wave of Kauli is not going to better his score either. So that might have been a mistake, and they kind of just equaled each other out. Now
Starting to hustle a little bit. You can tell he's trying to put himself in position for anything. And it's going to be Al with priority, taking off late just to play some defense. And look at that stylish way of setting up a barrel here. And Kauli was just fishing for a wave in the dying stages. Both getting scores to come through on that final exchange. Kauli did the best he could to try to get as deep as he can, but Flick, is that going to be enough?
Yeah, thanks, team. Al, man, you had some time to think about that heat before it went, and it went your way. Taking out an event favorite, you must feel so good about it.
Yeah, you know, Kauli's my really good friend. We've, you know, spent a lot of time on the tour and even beforehand in Hawaii and all that, so we've got so much time to hang out, and, you know, we've become really good friends, and I know how gnarly he is out here. You know, he's one of the best surfers in the world, and especially at his home break. He can't, you know, it's hard to beat him, especially because he just knows this whole reef and like the back of his hand. So I was super kind of scared when I saw him in the draw, because I just know how gnarly he is. And I mean, just going out there, getting a couple waves, I was really stoked. Did a couple mistakes, but, you know, ended up getting a pretty good one and then kind of backing it up. So I was just stoked at the end of the day it worked out for me, and, you know, coming up on top, it felt pretty good. So I'm just stoked to move on.
Heck yes. Let's talk about being a fan and a friend. You spent a lot of time in the channel yesterday. We came in here, we're talking about Slater, we're talking about the heat in the water right now. What's it mean to you to be able to support your friends and also just lean into being a surf fan out here?
Yeah, you know, that's what surfing's all about, just to be a fan of it and have fun watching all your friends surf. Like, I'm staying with Nadia and Guille, and they're such legends at Peyo's house with Maitane, and it's been super rad just getting to hang out with friends and coming to watch Slater and everybody get, you know, 10-point rides, 9-point rides. It's yeah, it makes you love surfing, and I feel like that's what it's all about. So I'm stoked to be here. I'm definitely, you know, grateful to have the opportunity to be here, but really taking it in, you know, watching all the heats and watching everybody score some good waves.
I know you want to get right back into the water to watch this next one. What kind of inspiration do you draw from watching the best in the world do it out here?
Yeah, you know, it's a huge inspiration watching everybody just see how they line up with such a gnarly wave, like where they take off, what they do inside of the barrel, and, you know, just the talent that there is in surfing now. It's crazy. So I just, you know, I want to get 1% of it and have fun with it, and, you know, just, you know, get a huge inspiration from Kelly, Griffin, Kauli. I don't know, there's so many guys, Connor, Italo, Dave. I mean, this tour is what we surf for, and this is what we live for. So I'm just stoked to be a part of it and get a chance to go surf again.
Well, as much as you're a fan of theirs, I know that they're a fan of yours. And speaking of fans, friends, family, I know you got a bunch of people watching. You want to give them a shout?
Sí, un saludo a toda mi gente allá en México, toda mi familia, todos mis amigos, a Boca de Pascuales, allá a Puerto, México DF, Sailita, todos los lugares donde tengo amigos. Gracias por todo el apoyo y viva México. Vamos por una más. ¡Yiu!
Vamos, Alan.